How you doing? Sorry, I was a little late. We unfortunately were at a memorial service and literally just ran in the door and turned the camera on. So this will be an interesting night. I had set up my desk before I left, but I have zero plan. It's just going to be a kind of playing with my friends tonight. So hello, happy Friday night. Happy to see you guys. Um, Hope for any of my friends living in warmer climates that you are surviving the heat. Because I'm telling you, my hair, do you see it? Doesn't survive the heat so well, right? Doesn't survive the heat so well. So I know Marnie is saying hello from, is that New South Wales, Australia? I'm sure you're not in a heat wave where you are, right? Because being on the other side of the planet, right? Lots of my Australian, my Aussies are here. I love it. Hello from Alabama. Hello, hello, friends. I am so happy to be here with you tonight. I am very excited. I very much enjoy our time together, and I had just done with the Flower Emporium. We wrapped up our bonus layout class on Wednesday, and I had said I want to hang out on Friday. What would you like to do? And the overwhelming response was something with Flower Emporium. So I literally just grabbed my bits, stuff that I have used from different classes, just different pieces. I grabbed stencils. I grabbed my inks. These are the inks that match this, right? So we'll talk about that. We're going to do stencil stamping. So I have foundations paper. We're going to do a quick stenciled background. So whatever colors you want to use out of this, I might go with this because that's kind of a little freaky for Vicky, right? So if you're like, what are those colors, Vicky? Inquiring minds want to know. It would be Dusty Concord Distress Ink, Shaded Lilac, and Prize Ribbon. Don't you think this would be a fun palette? So I have them. I pulled all the inks, but I think I'm going to do that. And then whatever, I have my Vicky Booten exclusive stencils. And you can do whatever. You bought, Wendy, you bought the oversized dies. I do feel like if you like to do tag books, and then there's lots of inspiration coming from the 49 and Market design team. I really like those. Hello, Paula. Long time no see. Hello, Kari. Hi, Robin. Hi, Keisha. Oh, I love it. I love that all of our friends are here tonight. So how you been doing? Have you had a good week? It is Canada Day weekend here in Canada because that's where I preside. So I have something I just decided to do. We are kidding. Very exciting. I brought it all home with me so I can work on it. We are kidding the cut and paste kits. So it's so pretty. I'm so excited. I think you guys will be beyond happy with the kit when it arrives. So I have this idea for my Canadian friends. So my fellow Canucks, I have extra of the Disney kits. So the mouse kit, or whatever I called it, whatever that mouse one is with the Steamboat Willie. And I have extra of the Charmed Vintage kits. They're on super sale. I just posted it on my website. So here's my idea because I want to entice, and sorry, it can only be for Canadians because right now it's impossible to ship to the US from here. It's impossible. So do I want to exclude you? No, I don't. I'd like to, I want to do the grab boxes and all the things we talked about, but I can't ship to the US. I have to list every single item, what country it comes from. I can't guarantee you're not going to get dinged with the tariff costs. So it's just on hold shipping to the US for anything that is existing in my shop. We're fine with all of the kits and the weekends moving forward because I have pivoted and found another solution. But I just want you to know, like, super sale. Tim, I just saw posted, he's doing something with that Disney stuff from Simple Stories. So you want a killer deal? I have that one listed at 40% off. So it's 110 Canadian dollars. And I have Charmed Vintage listed at $99. Charmed Vintage was 175 Canadian, and the Disney was 185. So they're 110 and $99. And here's the other caveat: if you ordered cut and paste, you can have free shipping too. I'll put it in the box, even if the shipping costs more. So Natalie will help with this. The code I did, so if you go and buy those 2 kits, I just put it on sale before I walked in the house. So if you want those kits, because at some point you might be going to Disney, both of them are beautiful. Anybody who's done it, speak up for me. Jam-packed full of product. What you're paying for it is less than the product value. And then you still can have the classes and all the rest of it. So I just want to clear stuff out and make room for all the new stuff that's coming. So it's only for my Canadians. I'm sorry. Like I said, I would like to sell them everywhere, but until something changes, it's very difficult for us to ship to the US from Canada. So the code for the free shipping, if you want it added to your cut and paste, is kit add on. Capital K I T, capital A D D, capital O N. Kit add on. So if you go and do that, they are great projects. Both of them are absolutely beautiful. Melinda, you can get the sale, but you can't have the free shipping because I can't afford to do that. So yes, if you're in the UK or Australia, I will extend it to you guys as well. You just can't wait on it because I'm leaving for the UK, so this is only going to go for this week. So it's just a little Canada Day sale. So I'm sorry for my friends in the US. Like I said, I'd happily sell you the stuff. It's just too hard right now, right? It's too hard right now. So yeah, super sale because it's just for Canada Day. So the code for free shipping, charm vid, but not in caps. Nat, can you put it? It's kit space add space on, and the words first letters are capitalized. So if you can add that, Nat, that'd be super helpful. So yes, internationals can do it. It's a killer deal because that's in Canadian dollars. It's in Canadian dollars, right? Yeah, you know, Wendy, if I have, you guys have all been looking for past cruise kits. I have them all boxed. I have past Vicky Boutin full kits that are ready to go, and then the tariffs hit and I can't ship anything. So I'm going to do some sales for Canadians only, and then when we can start doing that, we will move it to that. But I'm telling you, for any of my friends in Canada, it's literally like a killer deal. So yeah, it is kit add on for free shipping when you put those 2 killer deals in there. So I wanted to start with that because I just decided if I can clear out a couple, that would be great. I need the space. So I've just kind of been sitting on all of that stuff because the world kind of changed, right? For any Canadian businesses that normally ship to the US, which I had a great whole setup for that, but yeah, it's only for my Canadian friends. So like I said, if you're getting the cut and paste, dudes, even if you aren't and you slip it in there, I will give it to you with a free shipping because that's what I'm all about. I just want to make everybody happy. So anyway, I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to talk about what we're doing tonight. And I'm very happy. There's a lot of you here tonight, and I didn't think there would because it's holiday weekend. And I know for you guys, right, it's July 4th. So do you celebrate next weekend? How does that work for my American friends? How does that work for my American friends? So yes, if American people order those kits, I'm going to cancel the orders because I can't, it's not set up. There's, just to give you an idea. So the company I normally ship through sends out all these emails that you have to list, and you have to put stickers that show what country everything is, and that stuff is still getting sent back and not going over it's probably a nightmare for border control to try to go through all of that stuff. So I just said, we'll just put it on hold for anything that's existing in my store. But like I said, for when the Christmas stuff comes out, where I have to show you, if you weren't aware, my new Christmas collection is called, I'm going to get you something so you can take a look. Boop, boop. So the new Christmas collection for some of the stores that were in Vegas or in Vegas right now for, I think, the Collins Group, I think is the show, got to see it, but I'm allowed to tell you the name. So this is the new Christmas collection, is called Mistletoe and Memories. It is going to start shipping around July 25th, so I will be putting those orders up around then. Here, I'm going to give you a little peeky. Ready? It's very beautiful. That's all I have to say. This collection is gorgeous. So that's something I shared. Cherie, wait, that project that I am doing at your Texas event is going to blow your mind. It is something special, and it's going to be really awesome. So just make sure you have it on your, when we do the walkthrough and I share all of that stuff, I think you're going to, Natalie says, I need the album and the die cut set and a second kit. She likes the stuff. Yeah, the album is quite beautiful with this one, so it's going to be good. So for people who are asking, so if we're doing the Texas event, is it going to be different than your Christmas weekend? Yes, because the Christmas weekend will be an album and layouts, clusters, beyond, because there's so many awesome rub-ons and all the rest in this. And then it's a very special project for Texas, which I will also be selling extra of, but totally different projects. I'm just going to tell you. So one is a stand with a flip book that was all designed specifically for Christmas, and it's beautiful. And do you know approximately when the Christmas album kit class will be? I think the class is going to be in November. I'm going to do that class in November. I'm going to do, because when the fall release comes out, I can't tell you anything about it, but I did let it slip that there might be some Halloween in that. I am going to do a class for Halloween as well, like a layout class, so it's going to be good, right? And what is Mitch saying? I too am sympathetic to the Canadian and European small businesses. It went away. That I support. I'm not, no, you don't need to be ashamed or embarrassed to be American. It has nothing to do with it, right? It's not a political conversation at all. It's a factual conversation, right? So when I tell you about the tariffs and the shipping, it's factual. Like there's fees on top of all of that people are not going to be willing to pay. You know, we don't discuss any of that stuff because I love all of you guys, but yes, we don't even have to start that conversation because I wasn't going there with it, and I don't mean, right? Oh, I didn't read the comments, but whatever. Let everybody, you do you. Everybody else has a right to their opinion. I'm always like, I just feel for my peace of mind. Now I got to just kind of move forward and create pretty things. I can't even focus on any of that stuff. So definitely wasn't any of that, right? None of that. So because I don't know if I've told you guys, I talked about it a lot within the weekend group, is that we will have, when it comes out, the Christmas one will be all of the things. So I don't want to do it where when the Christmas kit comes out, it's going to include everything because I want to be able to use everything with you. So it is, all of it is going to be in there except for the flip book and the very special flip book insert. That's going to be a separate class. So that weekend will be that. Then the flip book, if it's something you think you're going to be interested, when I show you the sample that I'm going to be making for Texas, when we have the sneak peeks, I will add a couple extra for you guys who can't be there because that event sold out so fast. I have asked and requested a Mistletoe and Memories kit you are doing in Texas, but you won't have any response because I haven't even ordered product yet, Jill. So you aren't missing anything. That's what I'm saying right now is I will be adding them on, like I will have extra, but not until after July 25th. Okay, so it won't be till after July 25th, but lots of fun stuff. For the people that are going to be in Texas at that event, I'm going to be bringing lots of different kits and stuff so that you don't, I'm going to have it all shipped there from Greta. So just to give you a rundown, and then we're going to get into the things. So, because you aren't always here for all of the things, right? To recap, you saw there's an exciting announcement that I posted. with 49 and Market in another company I love. So it's not a Vicky thing. It's a 49 and Market and this other company I love. That's going to be coming out in like what was the date? The end of July. So there's stuff that is Vicky Boot and that will go with that from 49 and Market. So we're going to have all of that we're going to be dealing with, okay? So kind of make yourself a note. Whatever Vicky's saying that she's not going to say out loud, but you can read the comments, it's going to be fun. That's going to be happening. You're going to have Mistletoe and Memories is going to be coming out with 2 different kit options. So I'm going to do some kind of deal that if you buy both, we can pack it in one thing. I'll try to save you on the shipping. So that's going to be happening. And then we have a fall collection that's coming out, but it's not necessarily a fall collection. Just know it's not pumpkins and sweater weather and that. It has aspects of that, but it's not that. But there is a whole brand new special thing that is just a collection pack with a whole bunch of things you love. That is Halloween. So if you love Halloween, that's going to be coming out, I believe we're aiming for end of August, early September. Okay? I'll read your question in a second, so don't let me forget. But yes, it'll be available. US stuff ships to the US, Canadian ship to Canadians. Everything moving forward, we have worked it out, so there's no issues. It's just only things that are existing in my shop here that I can't ship to, I can only ship within Canada, which is sad because I grab boxes and all this stuff, right? So yes, Jill, 100%, you can get one of those kits. I will hold one for you because you've asked. Definitely can. And then the other thing that will come out is our weekend event with that fall collection, but we're going to do that in January. Am I shipping to Australia? I am. I still will be doing that from here. That happens in Canada because then we have no issues with tariffs to the UK or to Australia because it comes from, I'm in part of the Commonwealth, right? So yes, and I know, Jackie, it's a freaking lot. So you got to pick and choose what you want to do. But I'm just saying, and I was talking to my friend Lael today for 2.5 hours. And I told her I'm actively designing for next year right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 collections. 4 or 5 things. It's a lot. It's a lot. So like I said, partake in whatever you want to. Always support your independent retailers. They are so good to me. They are so good to 49 and Market. Thank you for supporting me because if I don't sell these kits, I can't do this because that's how I get paid. It's all literally from my classes and the kits is how I make my money. And we were talking about that too. It's like it's very costly just to do business these days. You know what I mean? With having the taxes we pay, the clearance amounts that we pay. So, and that would be the case for any small businesses. So everything you can do, anything you can do is very much appreciated. If it's access only and you're going to use what you have, I just love to have you here. So I'm going to flip the camera. Hello, Lil Bale. I was just talking about you. That we were talking about that there's so many things that we're not going to share with you guys because you don't need to hear it. You know what budget you have for your crafting. There is no pressure. You can do Friday Night Lives and never buy a thing and I will love you just as much, right? So I'm going to flip the camera around and try to see all of the questions. Oh my gosh, Debbie, Christmas for another peek. Like seriously, this might be the acetate and vellum pack that I will get in trouble, but a little peek. Oh, so beautiful, right? Thank you for your response to my question, definitely. Oh, so I think Jill was saying, what about the Halloween? The Halloween is all a collection pack. So I will probably, when I do that kit, will be the collection pack. And if she does some open stock papers, which she might, I might add from the fall, I'm going to just do a layout class with that. So it's going to be a 10 plus layouts for Halloween. I decided. I was thinking, do I do a mini book like one of the quad folios? And I think for time wise, that one will be separate and it's just going to be a Halloween class just with layouts. Okay? So let me flip the camera. And then ask me the questions. It's what I'm here for, right? I'm going to send, I'm afraid of, should I post? Tell me, what would be easier for you guys? Because you're like, where do I find this information? You talk so much. How do I freaking figure this out, Vicky? You're terrible with sending newsletters. I am. Because one Vicky, man, and I'm just trying to keep my head afloat half the time. What if everything we just talked about, what if on vickybooten.com on the blog, that's where I'm going with this, Joanne, I put a what's coming. So you guys can kind of have an idea. Would that be good? Oh, Lord, getting my J names mixed up. That's okay, Lil. I love you. Is this really crooked? I don't think my stuff is crooked. So do you think that would be helpful? So I'll do a post on the creative community because you know it's where I share everything. And then did you know on vickybooten.com, when you go look, if you have a different device, like if you're watching on your laptop and you have your phone, when you go on vickybooten.com, along the top bar, it says blog. I'll post on there. I'm going to work on it this weekend. So we're trying to figure out, like Nat and I, if we could find a maybe Lil is smart with Shopify. I'm trying to find a calendar plugin so you can see where I'm going to be. Like you could see the calendar for the next 12 months, but I haven't found one, right? I don't know, Natalie. I don't know. And there again, like I'll talk to Lil's my smart friend. So she uses Shopify as well. So I'm going to try to figure out things so we can find it, right? But I think if it's on that blog page and I just list it. Can I ask you another question? So I need to get in touch, but is anyone interested in a cruise in April next year? A cruise in April. So I have one that they're holding for me, and it is Caribbean, and it's the nicer side of the Caribbean. But I'm going to get information on that because, like I said, I don't even care if there's like 15 of us. I will be quite happy to go on a birthday cruise, a Vicky Booten birthday cruise. And I think that it will be because there's some really awesome new stuff coming out. Can I just tell you that? Instead, I had to cancel February, Barbara. I was double booking. I can't do February. So I'll look at the dates, but I'm just going to throw it out there that I'm also going to put information up about that. Okay? So did I miss any questions? That was a lot of information, but I will post that in a blog post. I'll probably, as soon as we get off tonight, I'm going to start writing it so that I can put it up there so all that information will work, right? Your birthday's in April too. I love that, Cindy. If you and your husband came, it would be lots of fun. So there's just some really fun stuff that's coming out, something new that will be announced in January of next year. So maybe we could do something kind of based on around that. And I think you guys would love it. So it'll have a mixed media vibe and scrapbooking. So it could be fun. I think you might need to text me and add on plugins for Shopify, so I will remind Vicky at Lil by mail. She'll remember. She'll probably text me after. And just be prepared. My dad is probably going to call while we're live. And I will have to, because he forgot about the memorial service we went tonight. And now I feel bad as a daughter that even though he reminded me on Wednesday, I think he forgot today. So Bill is going to message me, right? Okay. So you ready? Did I miss any questions? There were lots. So put it on again so I can see, because I don't want you to feel like I ignored you. It was a lot of information, wasn't it? And I know some of you are probably like, can we just make some art? I don't want to hear about all that crap. So let's do it. Oops. That was bad. I had that like in full view. That was an accident. Don't tell on me. I can't tell you. You just have to trust me that I think you would very much like it. Right? I think you will very much like it, but I can't tell you. Because it's going to be brand new. There'll be a new collection out, and there will also be a new thing that I'm working on that won't be announced. Well, they might start talking. I don't know when they'll start kind of sneaking this kind of new collaboration, but it's going to be good. Okay. So yes, definitely subscribe to Cruise and Crop newsletters for more information on the cruises. I'm going to reach out so that I can get my contract started this week. So anybody who is doing Norway with me, you can book. It's always a good idea to book the cruise when you're on a cruise, because if there are any added bonuses of booking while you're on the ship, we'll have that set up. Okay. Hello, Louisa. How's the weather in Southern California? Okay, so I don't see any questions, so let's do the things. So for tonight, I thought stencil stamping would be fun. I love it. Like I said, these are the colors that match Flower Emporium, if you are choosing to use that tonight. So we have Tattered Rose, Mustard Seed, Rustic Wilderness, Prize Ribbon, Shaded Lilac, and Dusty Concord. I think I'm going to go with purples and blues tonight for this technique. So we are going to ink up our stencil. We are going to mist it with water. We will stamp with it, and then we're going to ink through it to create a background, right? Okay. So those are my colors for tonight. Let's grab them because I pulled them aside already. Let me adjust my quality here. So we lost our power last night. The power, something went with, I don't even know, the box, like the on our street, like the hydro big box, transformer, whatever it was. There was fire trucks and stuff down there, and at about 6:30, it went pitch black here. And we went to bed at 10:30 because I was trying to light. And then I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to sleep. And when I woke up in the morning, the power was back on. But hopefully, if anything goes wrong, it'll just be like, sorry, friends, I'll have to pick it up another night. But yeah, the transformer or whatever blew because there were fire trucks and everything down there. So just fingers crossed that if there's any quality issues or whatever, that it's not affecting. It feels comfortable, so it doesn't feel like 85. That's nice. We live, Lil and I were talking about this. We have a lot of humidity here. So it's been, I think it was 87 today, but the humidex is like in the 30s, and it is just bleh. Yeah, no peaks with any of that. That is not a Vicky baby. I just get to be very excited that I get to be a part of it, but nope, can't talk about any of that yet, right? Can't talk about it. Just know that watch when we have the announcement. Yeah, I can't share any of that information because it was just a real teaser, right? It's a real teaser. What are you working on in the dark? I was working on my cruise, the project for my Norwegian cruise. So it's almost done. I'm just putting the final touches, going to finish the layouts tomorrow. And then I have to work on cut and paste for the UK. So it'll be good. Question: do you think I could add an eyelets to the album cover to create a tie to close it without ruining the album? What album, Debbie? Do you think I think you could add it. Just know that the back side of the eyelet won't look so pretty. So you might want to cut like a reinforcer, make a reinforcer out, and I lay that on top. Right? Lay that on top. You're Norwegian. I love that, Beth. Yeah, we will. I leave UK in about 2 weeks, and we cruise to Norway, and we get to go to Rotterdam as well. And then I'm in London for a week, just hanging out. And then I will be in Birmingham. So anybody interested in that, I think there are still a few spots left. I will be teaching a full day of cut and paste layouts and stenciling and stamping, or yeah, there's stamps to fun. So it'll be good. Okay, so I need a page. I'm going to do a single page layout, right? Single page layout. So what's the quality look like for you guys? I'm sorry if it's not all the best. It's fine on my phone, but it's weird on my laptop. So I apologize if it is not awesome. There are going to be some thunderstorms, I think. So hopefully it's not terrible. Yes, I will message Shamel. I haven't emailed her yet, so hopefully she's around when I'm there, because definitely I'm going to meet up with her. I love Shamel, so that would be fun, right? The cruise will be out of Florida for sure, because the ships that we need to go on in that time of year, out of Florida. I'm sure it's Fort Lauderdale. Oh, it might not be though. I'll have to look. Okay. You're breaking up a bit. Is that for everybody, or is that just for Grammy Deanie? Yeah, so mine is weird. I tried refreshing and checking. It could be my connection. So hopefully, right? I have no clue why. Everything's hooked up. My Wi-Fi looks like it's, you never know. You never know. That's sad. I don't even know what to do to fix it. Right? I don't even know what to do to fix it. Sorry, that's the problem, right, with live. It's all that works. So I'm going to refresh and see. So let's refresh. Everybody refresh. Let's see if I get. I have no clue why, friends. I don't know. What do we do? Do I start should I start a new connection? What do you hate it? I hate when this kind of stuff happens, right? Yeah, because my video quality is terrible. Okay, we'll carry on. I'm going to do the best I can. Yeah, stick it out. I'm sorry, because that's just no fun. That's no fun, but we'll do the best we can. So what stencils are you guys going to use tonight? So let's make a plan for what design we want. So I love to work in a graph paper book. What do you call it? Is it graph paper book? It's no fun though. I hate that. We haven't had really any issues like this in a long time. So here's my square. I'm going to do a single page layout. You can alter any of this in to double. Now, if we want to kind of go the purple route, do we want to do a cluster too? Because we could work on a cluster. So what if we pick like a piece like this, and then we want to pull some of the purples and blues? So what if we pick some different elements? Let's look. Possibly. Right? What else do we have that will go in the purple family? Let's look for a quick cluster inspiration. I don't hate that these days. Let's look. Yeah, it is hot. It's been hot. And what is hard is when you start to sweat and then your hair is sticking, and oh my goodness. I'm just pulling some colored elements out and then we'll decide. But I want to pull something in the purple family for sure, right? So I think yellow would be a great contrasting color with purples and blues. But purple isn't represented in everything in this collection. So we've got to find elements that are going to work. Hello, Janie. Janie doesn't even make sense. That's not how you say that, right? Oh, look it. The video's perfect now. So hopefully it was just a blurp. Is that even? Is it a blurp? I just make stuff up. I don't think it was a blurp. Okay, let's pull this purple. So just pull some purple, blue, yellow elements. Now let's go into our embellies. So this was kind of all out of journaling ephemera. A blurb. Blip is what I was. Oh, I am all kinds of special, right? I'm all kinds of special. Gotta watch those blurbs. Oh, ooh, a purple butterfly for sure. That would be fun. So let's kind of plan our cluster a little bit. Little bit. But this purple is more. What do we have left? Ooh, that could be pretty too. Look at. Just kind of put my cluster ideas together. And then we can have like some subtitles and stuff or use it somewhere else, but loving that so far. I know this purple will work, so I'm going to get that big butterfly and maybe a perching butterfly. I'll show you my pieces. So this is just kind of stepping off point, if that makes sense. Hello, Darina. How are you? A stepping off point. So, right, my yellow is in that daisy. I'm going to go with that. This is definitely not where we're ending our journey, but this is a good place to start, right? So now I have a little bit of my color palette. So if we have this big cluster, right? This is not leftovers from the kit. I just pulled packages that I have open. So I can't guarantee that these are going to be in your kit stuff, okay? But you definitely can find any kind of solution or add-on, right? So let's say that my cluster is going to go here, right? And this butterfly, maybe I'm going to have some business going up in the corner. But this guy can be a percher. But up here, we can have some kind of little mini cluster at the top. Let's see, okay? So I just want to lay it out so we can figure out where our mixed media is going to go. We'll pick paper and all the rest of it and whatever we're doing. But if my cluster's here and I have a little title business going on, and then I have like some little flag banners up in the corner, and we could do just like a strip of photos. So I know my pattern is going to kind of go right here. I'm going to do my pattern like this when I do my stencil stamping. Okay? So these are kind of the elements I grabbed. Do you have to use this? No. You can put any cluster in that corner and that corner. Oh, good. Very good. So let's decide, do we want to only use one stencil tonight? Do we want to use two? I am thinking we'll do stencil stamping with one. I kind of really wanted to use this. I wanted to use the fans a little bit. What do you think? I think the fans could be really pretty. So I will do it loosely repeated. And then, is there something that is a linear aspect, or just maybe the dots? Could add the dots, because that's totally different for mixing of pattern. So you can pick whatever you have. A large pattern. Now I need a craft mat because I'm going to be inking my whole stencil, misting it with water, stamping it, do not lift it, and then I'm going to ink a secondary color through. So if this is my color palette, I think I'm going to do my stencil stamping in Dusty Concord. I'm going to ink through the stencil with Shaded Lilac, so I need a blending tool for that. And then I'm going to use polka dots in the prize ribbon, so I need 2 blending tools. You haven't missed anything, Beth, because I talk a lot and we haven't started yet. So I am grabbing the blending tools, blue and a purple-esque-ish, and a craft mat or something non-porous so that you can clean up that ink. Here we go. Any questions before we get started? You love the chatter. So do I, Louisa. It's what I'm here. Like, I love that part and the interacting with you guys. Not everybody does, but you know what the magic is that there's tons of different YouTube videos that you can go and watch, right? If it's not for you, if you're like, my favorite is when we're here and they're like, can you stop talking and get to doing this stuff? And I'm like, you're probably not in the right place. You know what I mean? You are not hurting my feelings, but I'm going to tell you right now, this place for you watching live because we're friends. A lot of you guys I've met. So when I'm on here, I want to check in. Like, what have you guys been up to? Oh my goodness, I almost sounded like I was from Newfoundland there for a minute. What have you guys been up to? Okay, so watch first, do second. What do you need? So to get started, I'm going to put on my craft mat or whatever you have. I am going to take my stencil and I'm going to put my ink pad on it, not the whole rectangle, because then it looks just like a rectangle of pattern. And then I'm going to mist it with water and I'm going to take it and I'm going to stamp it down. And then I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to press on it. I'm not going to lift the stencil because then I'm going to ink through that in Shaded Lilac. So you get this watercolor effect and then it almost looks like brushed suede. It's very cool. So if you want to see it first, you totally can do that. This is not a repeatable pattern, meaning I can't line it up and repeat it. I got to fake it. And that's why I don't want a full rectangle of pattern because I'm going to fake repeating it. Okay. So let's do this. I love that. Natalie said, please remember to like the video and make sure if you haven't, so thumbs up, that's liking it. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribe so we can get lots of friends that get algorithm working. We meet new people who maybe need this community of crafting friends. So it's super helpful. Questions. I love them. So Wendy wants to know, question, will any of your ephemera or paper pads be restocked? I'm checking stores and websites. So much of it is gone. Yeah, no, it won't be. Because to reorder, a lot of things have to be ordered in 3,000 units. So, no, it is one of those things yeah. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this all goes. Is Christmas going to sell out right away? Is the fall collection, you never sit on this stuff. And that's why I tell everybody, most of the people here buy my kits. Most of them will buy my kit. A lot of you did. When they're gone, they're gone. I won't replenish those either. But everybody on top of that also supports their favorite local stores because I use everything in the kit. And the kit was freaking huge. And there is stuff left. But I use almost everything in the kit. And then we start doing all of this. And if you guys, have you been looking at all of the inspiration people posting? The 49 and Market design team, the Vicky Boutin design team, just 49 and Market fans. There is so much inspiration for additional projects, right? So definitely, right? But yeah, it's probably, you can find it in smaller scrapbook stores. You probably could. I will have some pieces, but there again, I can only ship to Canada. I do have some stuff left over. Non-scrap, what color is? So love this one because it broke. So I just get, they put like, it's like Perfect Pearls. So it's just an iridescent powder that they call chrome, and then they just put a top coat on it. But it's like Perfect Pearls for nails, right? Yeah, Connie's saying she learned with Sweet Rush to always get extra. Yeah, because we do, we use lots of it, right? So Beth is saying Memory Bound Scrapbook Store in Iowa, lots of yummy bits. A great store too. I met the owners, really awesome, awesome. So let's do the things. So again, I am going to take my ink pad, which is Dusty Concord. I'm going to go with this delicious grape color. I am going to ink the back of the stencil. So pressing it on. Does it have to be perfect? No. Do I want a full rectangle of color? I do not. I do not. So I'm not going to ink the edges. I'm just going to look at that. Lovely. Just get that color on here. Does it all have to be really dark? No. I want this loopy one up here. Okay. So when lots of color is deposited, it's water reactive ink. I'm going to go with my mini mister and I'm going to wet this. You need a fair amount of water because if you don't, it's not going to stamp. The ink isn't going to stamp, right? So even tip it, make it kind of run around. The stencil makes it, it's plinko. The stencil's like plinko. I'm going to quickly dry my craft mat. I need it again, right? Because I'm going to have to do 2 applications. So watch what's happening now. I am going to flip this stencil, and I'm going to start kind of over here. I'm going to flip my stencil like that. I don't care that it dripped. We're totally okay with that. You're going to place it. I'm going to put my, what's this, paper towel down. Do not lift the stencil. It's key. Muy importante. Don't lift the stencil. Okay. You want to make sure though that you add pressure so that pattern is pressed in there. So see, look what's going to happen. It's going to be so freaking awesome. Don't lift your stencil. Now we're going to go in with a lighter color or a contrasting color. I'm going to go shaded lilac. And I'm going to blend through certain areas. I am using regular distress. I like it for wet techniques because I find oxide, your pigments separate. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because the magic with oxide, those pigments can separate, and your purple might start to pull a whole bunch of blue. So when I'm doing wet technique, I like to use my OG Distress. This is going to be pretty. I just know it is. And I'm letting it kind of sit there and simmer a little bit so that wet medium is soaking into our porous paper. And now I feel like I'm going to lift it off, right? There was so much left over. The kit was gigantic, and they're all going to be big like that because how do I pick? What stencil are you using? This is a Vicky Bouton exclusive. So I'm going to tell you something. I need to reorder my stencils. I am going to make sure that Greta has them to ship. So if you want to get any of my exclusives that are only available at vickybouton.com, I will have them because you can't order from the US right now. I can't do it. So I will make sure that they will be there in the coming months. Look at that. Seriously, is that not cool? This is something I've been doing for a very long time. This is like a technique I've been doing for a very long time. I call it stencil stamping. So now do you see what I'm saying? It looks like, I don't know, inside it looks like crushed velvet or something. So could you attempt to do a second one? You could, and I'll test it for us, but you're not going to get much pigment deposited, right? There's not much left on here. Could you add? I'll do another squirt of water. So this will give us a little bit of a lighter effect. And even if you want to rub off so the shape's a little different, you can't line it up. We're faking it, right? Because it's not a repeatable pattern. But I'm going to do it in this corner because we know we're covering part of that, right? So again, you press so you know that you are creating that pattern on the background. And then let's just kind of ink a little bit. Oops, don't do what Vicky just did, where she moved the stencil, but I'm not a quitter. So we'll just make it like I meant to do that. Let's see. What did we get? So very subtle. See? Totally different look. Now, if you're like, I hate that, I wish it was this dark, well, I'll ink it and line it up again. Let's try it. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to get my craft mat. And I'm going to press some Dusty Concord in there again. So I can't wait to see what it looks like on the stencils you guys are using, because everybody's going to get a little bit different effect depending on the pattern you're using, right? So yes, I have been doing this technique. I went to Ranger U years ago, like many moons ago. It was when Suze Weinberg was still doing, what was that, with a melting pot, where we would do the techniques with that. And Claudine Helmuth, if you guys have been around for a long time. So I'm going to get wild and crazy and try to line the pattern up again. It might be a hot mess, but like I said, I'm going to try. That's probably a hot mess. So let's see what we get. At least I'm putting something under it. Let's see. It's not bad, but it's not good. So I'm going to do a little bit more over here. I'm going to continue the pattern right here, but I'm going to put some more ink on it, okay? It's not bad, but it's not good. You still have your melting pot, yeah. So that's when I went to Ranger U. And I've been teaching, like, for years, distress ink classes. So, you know what I mean? At one time, Tim, before he had his creative team, he had a design team for about like a minute. And I got to be on that. I love it. I love Ranger products. You have so many great options with the existing stuff that Tim did before he retired from doing the new stuff. And then you have the stuff Simon does, and Dina and Diane. And then we'll have to wait to see what the new stuff is going to be, right? It's going to be exciting. So I'm going to kind of put this right here. It's going to go off the page, and I'm going to commit. Let's commit. Okay. Now don't lift the stencil. It needs to sit there, and let's put some ink through it. I love it. Super fun, right? So the reveal. And I might do a little, no, Vicky. No, I'm going to leave it because I really like it. So let's do a couple of fun things. I'm going to dry this layer, and then we're going to come in with the blue. So I know my camera, but look how pretty. And I actually am really digging this color palette, right? Digging this color palette. And I have to say, I very much feel like you guys can do this. That this is not a hard technique. It's your paper and your time. You just got to practice a little. And things that can affect your outcome is what type of stencil you're using. That can affect what kind of ink, what colors you opted to go with. All of those things can definitely play a role. Your success. So I put a couple purple drips on here, okay? So we're going to do boop. So normally I'd have a cup of water. I don't, so we're going to fake it. And I'm going to put some Dusty Concord down. I want to put some paint drips. So I'm going to load up my paintbrush, pull it into the ink, and then let's tap some colors. We're going to dry this quickly with a heat gun. I just think doing this kind of ties the pattern together, don't you? It's like, right, if you had kind of got a little bit of a rectangle, that by putting a little bit of paint drips, it just kind of marries it. And then you can cheat and make them like a little, tap it in there and make some little bigger. Could definitely drip it off your craft mat as well, but I will cheat, but I just tap, tap, tap. Don't try to paint it, tap it in, because the painting, it could be tricky, right? And sometimes when I make the bigger ones, I will then go in and tap around it with some paint drips again. I think coming off the end of the page is kind of cute too. Cute. Didn't mean that. Because that's like, right, the kids, everything's cute. I love when like a 20-year-old tells me I'm cute too. That's, oh, you're so cute. I'm like, oh, thank you. But I think don't mean it. I think you're making fun of me. Do you guys have girls, daughters that are around that age? Oh, you're special. That's so cute. Here we go. Okay, I love it. Kind of tied it together, right? And then let's clean this up. We're going to dry it, and then I'm going to highlight a couple of blue circles on here. Who's playing along with me tonight? Who's making the arts? Okay, I'm going to get my heat gun because normally I'll tell you, if I was doing this, I'd set it aside to dry and I'd go do something else. But we are live, so I got to rush it, right? Thank you, Jan. You are cute. But you know what I'm saying? When it's coming from like a 20-year-old and stuff, it's not necessarily a compliment, is the point I'm making, right? Oh, you're cute. It's more like, okay, silly old lady. Let me plug that back in, find a spot for my heat gun. My power bar, there we go. Me too, Suzanne. So I'm not baking it like a cookie. I just want to dry some of that pigment. And then I'll take my paper towel and lift some of the wet spots. We haven't done a lot of this in a while, right? Like our kind of mixed media, just plain. And I don't get to do this stencils and stamps because 49 and Market does Sizzix, right? So, and they're working quite a ways out. So I don't want the mixed media side of what we do to go away. So I will just work on some exclusive stuff, right? Or use what you have. I like this color combo, and if you guys have been around for a while, you know I do not lean towards the purples, but it's growing on me. I might have changed my mind. See, so I'm just going to pick up, and what I like, new spots on my paper towel, is that then I don't have, I have that halo where it kind of dried. But if you left it to dry, you'd have deeper pigment, right? The pigment would be deeper because I'm lifting the pigment, only like kind of a stain is being left. But I am digging it. What do you guys think of the color palette? Do you pull these colors out very often? I love it. I love it too. You love purple, Wendy? I'm just watching while my husband is driving us back to Iowa from New Orleans. I love that. I'm glad that you are spending some time with us while you're on the road. So now I'm going to go in. So let's think about think that this is fun now to go in with some prize ribbon, and let's selectively think about where we're going to layer some pattern on top. So I am probably going to do like some dots here, over here, and laid down. I'm not going to put it everywhere because every layer, the white is our first layer, and then the stencil stamping is our second layer. So when I put the next layer on, it'll be even less because I want to be able to see each layer, right? Yeah, it is fun. I have to have a drink. I'm going to cough. Your hair is purple. I love that. So you definitely like purple. Patty, where are you in Canada? What part of my country are you in? Suze Weinberg, and I love her. She is an amazing lady. I absolutely love Suze. So fun. When we were at that CKU, met her and her husband. Hi, fam. What is that?
The fridge space is at a premium, and your son.
Is that for me to eat?
No. Well, it's from Denise. She ate one slice, so maybe she'll give you one.
We need to clean some of that stuff out, and there would be premium space, right? So here's Rich, the husband, the mister of the Vicky Bouton. Say hi to the people.
Hello, people. Should I come on camera?
We can do tip your head underneath it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
They're like, hello, Mr. Bouton. So, and where is this place in Ontario? Botchawana Bay. Botchawana Bay.
Don't know.
So obviously you're up north. Are you watching Squid Games 3? We got to start that.
I don't know if we finished the end because it got
We did.
angry.
Yeah, we were getting angry at it, but love. So Diane knows where Botchawana, is that how you say it? Botchawana Bay? Oh, it's Lake Superior.
Holy crap, that's a long ways away.
Can you bring that upstairs? Kari said hi. Connie said hello, Mr. Athlete. Christy said hey, sidecar.
Nice. Got all of my names on there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, dork. You didn't even catch on to that.
I'm an athlete because you're going to walk with me so I can lose weight.
Yeah, Rich is feeling like he needs to be on a diet because his shirt was tight tonight. So Rich does not eat much food. My husband is not a food lover. So I'm like, I think you need to start drinking more water, and you're probably going to have to start having more fruit and vegetables because you already don't eat anything, so I don't even know. So watch what I'm doing here. So I'm going to put, oh, this is going to be pretty. Add this little bit of dark, and not in a rectangle. We're just going to kind of make this float down here. So let's tie a little bit of this navy, some light, some dark, and I feel like, let's see what this looks like, and we'll lift. So a little light. Oh, it's going to be pretty. I just know it already. Ready for the reveal? Look how pretty is that, right? So now I'm going to carry it here and then down in here and maybe a little bit in this corner. Okay. I might turn this even to get so the dots are a little different. Did you see I kind of lined it, even though it's not really a repeated pattern? I lined up some of those dots. So I'm going to even do it so it's not even a block of dots, that they kind of separate. Let's look. And then I definitely want some on the white. Okay. Because I feel like I want to see a true representation of this darker blue color. And when it's just on the purple, you can't see it as much, right? What do you think? Ooh, I love it. Right? So sorry if the quality of the video has gone haywire again. I don't know what's happening tonight. It's kind of annoying. It's awesome when technology works, but I don't even know if you guys can see it or not. It's going to be one of those, right? And what the hard thing is how do I leave this video up if you really can't? Beth, stencils are your friend. I would tell you, this is what makes you a mixed media master, because all the art is done for you. All you need is a good water-soluble ink. Do you know? Look how quickly I did that. Mixed media in minutes, and that is my whole thing. Sometimes it's mixed media in hours, because I love it. I love the process of layering. And then sometimes it's mixed media in minutes, and I think that was pretty quick, right? That was pretty quick. So that's my background. I'm going to give it a little blast so I don't carry the ink around on my hand. And now so my design may have completely changed. Let's see. I just want the distress to not be completely wet. I love this one. Question, which circles are those? So these are all my exclusive stamps. Stencils. These are stencils, Vicky. So the OG set was, this is a use dots. This is what the first set was. Dots. Oh, Vicky's fingers aren't working. Dots, large circles, all with intention, right? These stencils are all made with intention. Art layers, flat brush. It's supposed to look kind of like a paintbrush. We have a scribble heart, because there are little hearts inside of here. Like there's a heart. So it's supposed to look like handwriting. These are loops. This is scribble love, and it has closed hearts and fake words. And then you have scribble dots, which is super popular. I feel like I'm going to do a new one of this in a bigger size, because this is super popular. This one is sold out. Crazy grid, and I hand draw. These are all hand drawn, right? And then doodle polka dot, another popular one. And then the new set that came out. So like I said, I need to do a reorder because I'm almost out. And then I'll make sure that you can order them from the US, because they'll be shipping from the US, okay? The new ones, and then I'll probably do 6 new ones. So water rings, dot outline. Both of these work with those 2 circles from the OG one. Both of these work. And then there's dot outline. There is tile 1, floral frenzy. That was fans. That's the one I just used. You can order them in Canada. Yep, they're up on my website. I think one of them out, Killbear, Cool Bear. I want to say that correctly, so tell me if I'm not. And daisy chain. But I think from the OG one, the original one, I think that one, the dot one, is sold out. But yeah, I am going to make sure. I'm going to grab my iPad and start making some new stencils, and I will get that order in, because it'll probably take, you know, it'd be cool if I could get them so you could add them to your Christmas orders. Like when the Christmas kits go out, if you want to put it in for no additional shipping, you could put it in there, okay? So I'm going to work on that. Here is my base. I'm going to go ahead and cut my barcode off. I always start with the barcode. This is foundations paper. I am working on us getting this. This will hopefully be a Vicky Boutin thing that keeps coming. Are these stencils sold as a bundle? Normally they are, Julie, but one of them is out of stock. So the bundles, I can't restock the bundles. So I'd say don't order it yet. Wait, and I'm going to work on that restock so that I can get it for when the Christmas kits are shipping. So yes, normally it's a bundle, so you get one for free. That's what I normally do. If you buy the whole set, you get one stencil for free. But right now they're not all in stock. So I'd say don't buy them yet. Wait. I would not place an order yet. I will do more stuff with it. I'll remind you. And then when they're stocked, I'll post that on the blog that I keep promise you guys I'm going to start using. So I love this. We just made an art background. So we customized it now that we're using our purples. So let's see, is the design going to change? It could. Because now you don't want to cover all your art, right? So I still think this could live down here and it'd be pretty. Like live right in here. But let's decide what pattern paper. And I don't want to cover everything. So where will my photos go? Why don't we do something different? What if this goes kind of over? And my photo business is here and here. What do you guys think? That could be fun. Because it's pretty busy, right? So now we got to find something that's going to rest the eye a bit. So I'm going to shock you. What color do you think I'm going to use now as or rotate the page? We could, but then my tiles are different. So I'm just going to go with it as it is. I'm going to look for orange and yellow as an accent. Orange and yellow on here because I think it's complementary to purple. I feel like it could be. I could be lying. It wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time. Where did I put? I brought a whole stack of paper over here. Where did Vicky put them when she started? Do you see my paper? It was underneath my stack. Remember when we started? I had a whole stack. Vicky, you crazy. Oh, here it is. I'm so organized that I didn't even realize I was that organized. Hello, Irene. So let's look. You could go with pink. Like, look, pink could be very pretty on here. That could be very pretty. So we won't say no to that. You could go and stick with your blues if you want it to be. Stay in that. Green could work. I'll show you what green looks like on here. Look at the black. That could be kind of awesome on there, and it does have purple. You could do that. I wouldn't, right? I wouldn't. You won 2 out of the 5 games. Good for you. How fun is that? Let's look. What else do we have? Because I just grabbed it, so I don't even know what's available in this pad. There's your green. I like that, Diane. I think the green could be kind of awesome, and I think that pattern would be really pretty too, right? And I'll show you if there's a brighter green in here. See, this kind of makes me really happy. You guys might not like it, but I really like the yellow. I'm going to pull that. Might not be your jam and you don't have to use it, but I kind of really like that really high contrast. I'm dropping stuff on the floor. The peach could be pretty. You could use peach with that. Maybe I'll use yellow and green. Oh, and there's a brighter green. Look at that. I do not hate that. I'm going to pull that out. Your bingo card just got taken. What does that mean, Kristen? Are you at bingo too? Okay, let's decide what we're doing here. Because it's a little wild. And you know what else I like? Is it doesn't have anything else that we've done with this collection yet. So there's a lot of business going on here, right? Like it's a lot of pattern. So I am going to make sure I use some foam dots. Oh, your bingo card was just taken away. I understand. I'm like, you're at bingo too? What a quinky dink. And you're like, no, dummy. Keep up. Okay, let's pick some other purple. Oh, look it up there. Look at that little business. Okay, so let's kind of lay the elements we want to use, and then we'll figure out where our photos are going to go. But I also want some kind of title that will pop. Because I'm happy. Come along if you feel like a room. Happy. Live life with passion and purpose. And it's got a little green on there. I don't hate that. And offset it on the purple, maybe. 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 Hey, baby, hey, baby, hey. Ooh, I love it. Give me circles all day long. I'm loving this already. It's coming together. And you know I'm doing this on the fly, which always kind of excites me to come up with stuff where I had no plan. So I like this so far. Let's decide. If we're going to add anything else. Okay. Do I want that here? Do I want to put it up here these days? No, I do not. But I like that that grounds my butterfly up there so it's not just floating in space. And then we'll decide with photos. I feel like maybe 2 or here and here. But let's pop some of this stuff. Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see what your interpretation of this layout will be, because that's kind of the magic of Friday nights, right? Is you all come up with totally different ideas. And make sure, if you are not already a part of the Vicki Boutin Creative Community Group page on Facebook, I want you to join so that you can show me what you're making. So foam dots for the win. I don't know if we need that blue piece now. What do you guys think? Maybe we don't. Maybe it's going to pop more without the blue. I think it will. So I'm going to take that off. See you later, Keisha. Hello, Lee. How are you? We haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing, my friend? I love when you guys pop on. It does matter. We do care. It's going well. It's going well. You know, this year, past year, 12 months, almost now, we're rough, right? With losing my mom and stuff, but I can say I feel like it balances, right? That's okay, Irene. I'm sure you're going to get into it at some point. I am very happy for you, friend, that you have lots of things that are going on in your life, and you have things you're socially doing. So I am never going to be mad about that. I think it's very good for you that you have stuff going on and you're out there living your life, right? Do we want happy these days, or I like this, happy these days. Let's see if I can make that work. Happy these days. Oh my goodness. Isn't that kind of a coinky dink that I was just saying? This is what I feel like. I'm happy these days. You know what I mean? Living my life, right? need this. That is, I'm so sorry, Joy. That is really, really, really hard. It's really hard. So sending you lots of love. Find that being creative, I think, is good therapy. It's good when the stuff is hard, right? It's good when the stuff is hard. To have something that, and it's okay to have things that you enjoy, right? Like that's what I'm saying. It's life goes on regardless when all of this stuff, the hard stuff is going on, right? Let's look for a rub-on. I feel like let's pull the rub-ons out. I want to put a rub-on behind here and maybe in our circle up here. Digging this, friends. I'm digging it. Yeah, it's life is freaking hard, man. We're always throwing us curveballs. So sending you lots of love and support, right? That's what this community is all about. These are a great group of people. Like I said, a lot of the ones here I've met in real life, in person. Some I just come and spend the time with us. Every time we're on here or in classes, look at if we tie some of this orange and this orange in a rub-on. So I'm going to put some of that. Let's try it. Let's do it. There you go. I'm pulling orange for you. You can pull your bingo card back out. Yeah, it just sucks. So let's add that little bit of mixed media that you don't even have to get messy because it's a rub-on. Are you guys loving the rub-on element with 49 and Market? Are you still here, Lil Concar? Lil was going to hang out with us tonight because town, and she's probably getting ready. Are you going live tomorrow? I don't know if she's here or not. I love the rub-ons, right? She's still here, see? Years to recover. He was your best friend. It's very tough. I miss my mom. I just feel, I don't know, it just, at peace, I just feel like she's with me. It might be weird, but I do. I just feel like Sheila's here. You know what I mean? And I miss her. We still have moments where I kind of cry, and, Devin and I were talking about it, and it's tough. But I'm just living the life that I know my mom would want us to be living. It would be very important to her that, we're doing the things and taking the time, spending the time with each other. So look at that, right? So now when we put our circle, which I might put behind the flower, we have that little bit of orange in there. I'm kind of digging it. Yeah, when Lil we went to Vegas for Devin's birthday to see Bruno Mars. I also went separately with Kari. We saw him twice. Freaking awesome show. I love him so much. I'm such a huge Bruno fan. And she was with us. She was with us, right? It is tough. It's good to have people surrounding you and finding something that kind of takes your mind off the hard stuff. And crafting is definitely that for me. I am the happiest when I'm doing this stuff. I just really think Riley is 24 years old. I'm still doing this. I did not quit this hobby. A lot of crafters that you probably love maybe don't do it anymore, right? They don't. For me, I'm like, no, I got to do this. This just makes me very joyful. I got to do it. So I'm just glad there's somebody here doing it with me. So I'm not by myself on these nights, right? Or on the weekends. I love that. Okay, I'm going to commit. Okay, I'm going to pull that flower up a bit. I'm going to take my foam dots off backing. Thanks, Lil. And there's no doubt. And there's so many things. That's the hardest thing, right? Is I want to share this stuff with her. I know. You know, it's funny. We were talking about it, and I said to Janine, chipboard circles. Like when we do frames, I love chipboard circles. She goes, she doesn't like circles. Circles aren't her thing. And I'm like, I love them. I love it as a frame because I feel everything. You know, I like to do my clusters, and I feel like I don't want everything to be a square or rectangle. And if you've hung out with me any amount of time, I have a thing for circles. I really like circles. It's my shape. Circles are my shape. So I laughed. It shows you that not all of us like the same thing. Because she's like, really? Circles aren't my jam. And I was like, they are mine. 100%. There. And I'm going to put that guy there. It's funny because I'll be like, what? What are you even talking about? If you hang out with me anytime, you know you got to love what I love. It's very important to me that you love what I love. Go, boop. I think I want it under the flower and off the page a little bit. So see how we're starting to make, we use the rectangle in the frame, adding that rub on, I think took it from blah to a little bit more interesting, right? And then we can pop some purple in because that little butterfly now can be perched. He can perch. I love to cluster. Clustering is my jam. You like hummingbirds and butterflies? Me too. Butterflies for sure. It's my thing. Here we go. And then we still have our orange tied in for this there. I think I'm going to pop the back side. I'm going to curl it a little. If I can get that to tack down without pulling off. I think it will be cool if it looks a little curvy. Happy these days. Do we put it on a jaunty angle? I feel like it's going to be straight. I feel like there's no messing around with a jaunty angle tonight. So I might add more, but for right now, that's kind of our business down in this corner. We will think, ooh, if I'm going to use blue, I need to tie a little bit of blue in here. So let's find an element that I can tie my blue in. So I feel like in my little chipboard, ooh, look at that. Ooh. Totally could put the little flag banner right there. Ties the blue in. Love it. Love it. Love that. Yay. If you like that, yay. And then let's look on our sticker sheet, which my friend Lil Conkar loves stickers, don't you, Lil? Lil told me she likes stickers, and I believed her. But I don't have them over here. So do I have another word strip that can fit? That I don't have to go find stickers? So what do we have? Happy these days, live life with purpose, live life with passion and purpose. And then bring it on. That's kind of fun. On. Let's see. Because sometimes I use what I got, right? Bring it on. You got this. I kind of like that. Bring it on. You got this. And I kind of like the white on there too. That will work for me. And then we're going to put some of that orange rub-on up here. Vicky, I notice you using foam dots on the top of different ephemera, then you glue the bottom. I do, because I don't like things to be very bulky. I rarely foam dot the whole thing. I don't feel like everything deserves to be fully pop dotted. It is a very common thing. Like when I attach his butterfly, I'll attach his body and then I'll only put one foam dot in the corner because I don't like my layouts to be too bulky. So in a mini, I'll care, no holds barred, because it's not closing the same way. But have you ever noticed that? I do. I only foamed up portions. Like he's flat here, popped here, flat here, popped here. This is fully popped, partially popped. I don't pop everything. I partially pop. And when I found Barely Arts glue and this little pin, what other glues do you use that has that pin? Or can you buy the, because this is how smart I am, can you just buy the pin and put it in any glue? It is a game changer for me, this glue, using glue like this. Game changer. Love it. So normally I will, even on stickers, I will put a little bit of my tape runner and then I will back it up with a little bit of the glue. So now when this guy goes on here, I will only put a foam dot on the corner, just so it's balanced and it's not a teeter-totter. Hi, Christina. Congratulations on your newborn. You use glitter art. I know that a lot of people like art glitter glue and Nuvo with the small needle applicator. But I notice, so are you a clean gluer or are you a messy gluer? Because sometimes the thing that holds me back on using the glue is the mess. I do not like to see glue popping out all over. So, and I will watch some people use glue and I look and go, I don't think you should use glue. Because you have glue all over your page because it's hard to control it. Glue goes where glue wants to go. You know what I mean? So I look and sometimes I'm like, I don't think glue's your friend. I'm judgy. I'm a judgy McJudgerson. And it should be, so look I'm going to talk to myself right now and I'm going to say, Vicky, just let people do what they want to do. If they want to be messy gluers, who are you to decide it's not okay? So I'm going to put this in the circle. So I'm going to cut part of it off because I only want it in the circle. Look, I was being really judgy. Were you like, I bet you were like, Vicky. If my friend Nilmi was here, she would say that. Oh, Vicky. Just let them do what they want to do. I was judgy. I take it back. Because now I don't want you to feel bad out there if you are out there being and you're a messy gluer and you're like, oh no, I can't ever craft with Vicky because she'll judge me. I wouldn't. Just in my head. Just in my head. I would never say it out loud and make you feel bad. I'm not the glue police, right? Do whatever you want. I would probably be one of those people that shouldn't use glue, but there are times when it's needed. You know what I'm talking about, right? It can be freaking messy. The glue press is a game changer. I have it right here. But I have to fill the bottle because I feel like it works better when your bottle is pretty full. So I have that too, and I agree. I love it too. I have all the things, right? I love the things. When I was at Janine's, people with, what are those machines that make like these stands and stuff? What did they make these out of? What is that thing called? That it can like make 3D printer? And she had a 3D printer, I think, holder for all of her different double-sided tapes, and I loved it. I loved it. I'm like, I need one of those. Even though I really only use 2 sides of double-sided tape, but I don't want one who doesn't have the things. Look at that. I love it. I love tying that little orange up there with the rub-on. Look at, I probably just changed your mind about me. You're like, wow, I didn't know that about Vicky. I don't want to hang out with her. It's just, I twitch. So I have to walk away and be nice. I have to be a nice Vicky. Okay, I'm gluing this. So I'm committing this. This isn't committed. Boop, boop. I'm committing this because I really love it. And I love that orange. I'm going to do this. Oh my goodness. And Nicole, is it the glue, the yellow or brownie glue in the bottle that looks like Mrs. Butterworth? Like it's like a bubble bottle with a little rubber tip. And then you take scissors and slit the top. What is that glue we used in school? What is that glue? I can smell it. I freaking loved that stuff. Oh, look at Vicky. You can't. This is going to be an issue. This butterfly is so big. Can you see my yellow? Got to change some things here. Is that rubber? Is that what is in that though? You guys know the glue I'm talking about. Like if you were in school, was it it wasn't rubber cement though, was it? You know the glue. Elmer. No, Elmer's is white. I'm talking about the yellow glue. Like we all had. And you get your glue bottle. I loved that stuff. But was it rubber cement? I gotta look that up. Because I've used rubber cement. I feel like it was just glue. Glue. It was just glue. It's called, what is that? Mucilage glue? We never called it that. Is that an American thing? But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So Lisa says yes, but I don't think they make it anymore. It's probably made me grow a third eye, right? Because back then, man, I'm sure we were doing lots of stuff we probably shouldn't have been doing. So now my butterfly is big, and he's going to cover some of my yellow, so we might have to alter a little bit. I'm going to make him come out of the... You guys know what I'm talking about, though, right? It probably was totally toxic, Cindy. What do we know in the 70s? It probably was. I probably, like, that's what's wrong with me. Now we have the answers. I was sniffing that glue. It looked like maple syrup. I loved when it was art class anyway. I'm sure that doesn't surprise anybody. So that was like when it was time to do that, I was like all over getting to go get my glue bottle and my little non-sharp scissors. Okay, so I am loving this so far. So now let's figure out photo. What do you guys think? I really love this. Look it, I'm totally surprised by that. I'm like, I really love it. But I want more orange up here, so I'm going to put this little word rub-on up here. Because I'm not playing that very well, the placement. Hello, Pamela. No, this glue wasn't toxic like that. It wasn't like I remember when my brother would put models together. That glue, I'm sure, was toxic. That stuff, you know what I'm talking about? The model glue. That stuff was toxic. There's no doubt. Like you'd get a headache when they were using that. But the school glue wasn't smelly like that. I don't think we were sniffing glue back then. But the glue for the models, like what were those tester models? And so with the paint, I'm sure that they used. Is that even a thing anymore? Do you remember when models were like, it was such a thing, right? For people to put together little cars and airplanes, and my brother would do that, and it was very stinky. I'm really glad I took this off, I have to say. It would have been, I feel like I'm happy with this. Oh, be safe with your thunderstorm. I love them though, as long as I'm safe. You can still buy models. Maybe purple after all. There might be a little bit of purple in my fall line. I can tell you for sure there's no purple in the Christmas line. Okay, now I don't want to cover my whole background. So now we have to decide, right? We have to decide photos. I'm totally okay. So it could be one 4x6. Now, do we still want the green? Because I don't know if I want the green anymore, and I don't want you to be mad. But I don't know. Maybe I only want the yellow, because I'm really digging that. So what do we think for a mat? Do we just go 4x6 with a double mat? It could be, because sometimes that's pretty, and sometimes we have one photo. I don't have a lot of photos. Tell the story, right? Sometimes it's a one photo story. I bet you glue sniffing is a huge problem, and the paint, right? I bet you that is. Diane would definitely know with the profession, right, that you work in. So I'm going to cut. Let's look. How much do I want to cover? I'm going to do one mat as a 4x5. One is going to be a 4x5. Let's see. I might double mat it with the green. Irene, see, you're trying to go to bed, and then I'm pulling you right back in. I'm pulling you right back in. Yeah, I was definitely not making a joke either about that. But when Natalie was saying, I'm like, I don't think the glue was toxic like that we would use. So it's a 5. You laugh, but I'm weird in the sense that I want my circles to kind of be the same, but I don't think they will be. So I'm going to do a 5x4. Or do we do, ooh, maybe I kind of like that. And then we could do another one, like I could do another little photo down here. Let's look. And maybe a 3.5 by 3.5. Let's try that. And then I will put green on this mat. Kind of like it. It's good. Business is just going in this corner, right? Let's look. Because we're committed. I glued this, so we can't. And then are we just going to mat this? I can tell you I don't really feel like the green. We'll have to see. Hello, Carol. How are you? I'm happy when you guys show up at all because it is summertime and I know lots of graduations and proms and life and cottage and all that kind of stuff is going on. So, like I said, in the summer when I do these, I'm happy anybody shows up and I'm not just sitting here by myself. So if we put the green in here, I feel like we're gonna have to pull some green. Let's get this here. You know what I'm saying? I love it and I love the contrast, but we're gonna have to tie that in with something because, you know, I will get wild and crazy, but also we're covering a lot of our pattern. I think that's getting a little crazy there, Vicky. So let's overlap. Let's see. In the business here, I don't want to cover everything. I kind of love that. I kind of am digging it. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to pull the green in a bit. So I want to keep the people's happy and the people have voted for green. So I am going to pull some green, a little bit of green elements. I kind of like this though, right? And then we'll pull some green. So I'm going to commit. I'm going to commit my mats. It's okay to break your rules, right? Some of you might be looking at this and going, I would never in a million years do this color palette. Put your hand up if you're out there going, never in a million years. I would never, ever, ever in a million years pick this color palette. If you know me, you know I have zero rules. I'll do any of the things. I just don't want that to move on me, but I feel like we need to pop some corners. Boop. So I'm going to pop this corner with some foam in this corner. And you watch, I'm going to tie some green in here. This corner, no, not that one because this guy's going to go here. So for sure, we'll pop that corner. And down here. And I'm going to find some green elements to tie in here. So you know how I've been so excited with my new sewing machine, and now I got to figure out why it's, when I'm sewing, it's gathering like tons of thread in the bobbin. So I wonder if it's because I need a new needle. Because I was reading if your needle is dull, that can affect some stuff. So now I'm going to see, is it the needle? I really like this page, my friends. Can I tell you, in a perfect world, this would not be blue, it would be green. In a perfect world. So let's look at that. Would be cute. Oh, that'll work. Could add that little bit of green there, and this is green. Love it. If we put a little green heart on here and then a little green up here, I love it so much. Might be the tension. Nope, adjusted the tension. Tension is not an issue. And then with mine, you have tension on the live close, and you could just come fix it for me. You know, when you're like, sometimes I don't need to know how, just somebody fix it. I don't care. It frustrates the heck out of me. Frustrates the heck out of me. Yes. I was like, does that make sense? Oh my goodness. I bobbin. I switched it in case my bobbin was in the wrong way. Freaking did all the things, and then I want to drop kick it. Because are you like that? I'm like, I don't need to know how to be perfect at the sewing machine. I just need it to work. And I'm sure the one I had was fine, a new one, just so I didn't have to figure it out. And here I am again, figuring it out. Oh, look. Can we figure that out? A little bit of green heart. Ooh, I love it. Something like that, right? Love it. And then I want like a little thing here. I love this page, friends. you're like that too. I just don't like, I'm so frustrated with the sewing because I'm like, it was working perfectly. And then, of course, I was doing a project that was a rush project, and didn't the freaking thing start paying my project? Question: where do you order your Easy Render Grant? I have them, Diane. You can order them from me. I have them because you're in Canada, so I can deliver to you. So I order them from vickyboonton.com. I get cases of these, right? I love this. I love that tape. I love that adhesive, and I love my and if they're not listed online, let me know because I have them in stock. Puts them in there, but I haven't been stocking my store because I don't want to disappoint people. That I have some people that are new that have ordered from me, and they're like, "When are you shipping this?" I'm like, "It's all a mess." So I will ship it, but I can't ship it right away because I got to figure out how to get it to everybody. Understand? I'm like, look it. I would give you all the things. I am not gatekeeping the things, but I don't know how to do it. It's just all changed. So, boop, boop. Let's find a green accent to go up there. You know what I need? You know the, oh, there's not. I was gonna make a product up. That'll work. That'll work. You need to work on clusters. Like, do you mean in general, or for my class? So look off the foam stickers. Look at, there's a green star. So now we're creating the video. Love it. Are you like that and you just go and buy a new one rather than trying to fix it? I'm bad. I will not go buy a new one. My mother bought me that sewing machine. I'm not going to buy a new one because I probably have two that are perfectly fine. Only thing I want to add is something up here, maybe down here, and then I love it. I think I love this. If I do say so myself, I'm very happy with how this turned out. Ooh, look. No, that's too much. I don't like it. I do not like that. But you know I love tabs. Tabs are my favorite. I'm going to go with just this for right now, though. I think I'm getting crazy. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to decide how I want to use this green heart. You know what I mean? Ooh, maybe like that. Kind of dig it. Yes, I love that. I love it. Very blurry now. I see it. I'm sorry. I don't know why we are having some major connection issue. So let's just hope, like it's been, that it'll just clear up all of a sudden. I don't even know what to tell you. Yeah, no, it's not you. It's my connection. I don't know why. I have no clue. I have no clue. I have no clue why the connection's so bad, right? I'll post a picture of it for sure so you can see the finish, because now you're just guessing. So this is one of those lives I don't even want to leave on my on YouTube, because anybody coming to watch it is going to be like, well, that's garbage. Because it is, right? But yeah, I'll photograph it so you guys can see. I will photograph it so you can see. I'll put photos on it too. What about that? Isn't that crazy? Now I'm just getting crazy. I'll find some photos to throw on it too. I know technology is awesome when it works, and it sucks when it doesn't. Okay, that I have to move over. It's very frustrating. Do you have these issues at all, Lil? Is your Wi-Fi better? Do you have issues where the quality is just all of a sudden garbage? Because this makes me want to delete this live. Because look at anybody watching, think if you were new, you'd be like, oh gosh, that's garbage. I will, though, take a picture and we will post it. I'll post it on my socials so you can see with photos, because I really love how this one turned out. Every once in a while, very frustrating. And it go, look, let me show you quick. It's crisp, crisp. Look at this. Oh, I didn't glue this, so I'm a liar. Let me finish this one bit. It's one bit. Quick, Vicky, before it all. Oh, see, spoke too soon. It's going in and out tonight. Look. So leave it up even though it's, yeah, because people will be sad if they didn't get to watch live, right? So can I ask right now, I want to know, were you at first thinking that you were not going to like this one and now you're surprised actually? Because I am. I was liking the mixed media, but I'm like, we'll see how it turns out. And I have to say, and I did it on the fly. I just let the page speak to me, right? I let the page speak to me. But to give you guys a little peeker, see the orange, I think really in here, this orangey yellow rub-ons really tied the color together. And then I'm going to put 2 photos. And if I was making this a double, this is what my second side would look like. Where did my notepad go? If you were Vicky's notepad, where would you be? Here. So if I was making this a double page layout, right? So we have, right, our little clip down here, circle, and happy, and your flowers, right? You have a photo mat and a photo mat and this circle with another little butterfly and your little banner and your heart, right? And your mixed media is kind of going like this here. So my mixed media would go, I would probably do one more circle. I would tie this together. So now on this side, we could even come in here and just do like 4 photo frames like this maybe. And then I would do another circle here with maybe 2 butterflies, right? You could put little tabs on here if you wanted to, or numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then I'd probably put some little journal down there. So I would just tie, my pattern would come here and up into here. So flow it across the page like that. So if you did want to make it a double, right? I would tie that circle though, because I feel like you need to have that visual triangle. So that circle would need to come over here. And I like that it would be, right? Can you picture it? So it would be on my second page in kind of the middle. I agree, Shell. Like, I am surprised. I am freaking surprised. And I love that. There, I'm back. I don't know. This will go into one of my favorites too. So what do you think? Let's wait till the quality of the videos cock-a-poo-poo. Oh, I'm glad that your son is okay. Yeah, Dad called. So I will put photos on it and I will post a picture. I'm going to put photos. This is definitely going into my pretend album. Do you guys like it? What do you think? And if you don't, just don't do this color palette, right? You could switch it up. But I am surprised. This is not in my wheelhouse, but love how it turned out. Really love how it turned out. So I will put 2 photos on it. And I think I'm going to put black and white photos on it because I really feel like there's so much going on that resting your eye with some good black and whites will be fun. So thank you for sharing your time with me on a Friday night. I'm going to flip the camera so I can say a proper goodbye. I'm not sure if I will be on or not next Friday. It's going to be on because now I'm trying to get those kits out before I leave, right? For the cut and paste. I will be putting access only up. So there will be access only if you already bought your cut and paste. I'm going to tell you right now that were you sad because you didn't get a cut and paste kit? I'm working with scrapbook.com because they ordered a ton of that product. Sorry, friends. Here. They ordered a ton of that product, so I'm working with them to get the information of what's in my kit. So it probably, we're working on that it'll be available. So you can get it through scrapbook.com as well if you're doing access only. And I'm going to be shipping those kits, so I don't know if I'll be on next Friday. But here, can you see this better? Look at. I think black and white photos will be perfect on here too. Look at this. It's surprisingly cute. Right? And sorry it's blurry. I don't know why my connection's so bad tonight. I don't know why the connection's so bad, but yes. I will post picture because look at it's garbage right now. My connection and the video is really terrible. So Kristen is saying it's because it's purple. That's why she likes it. It's because it's purple. I'm telling you, that purple, I love the grapey purple. I do love. Reminds me of ice cream, my favorite ice cream. So thank you for joining me. If I'm not on next week, you're not going to see me unless I do an impromptu pop on from the UK because I am gone for, I'm going to try to make it at least one more time before I leave because then I'm gone for almost all of July. So I'll see. We'll see. So just stay tuned. If we do, it'll be another layout. I'm just going to do some more stuff with Flower Emporium and we'll do a whole different color palette. So if there's something you'd love to see on a Friday Night Live, let me know. Post it on the Vicky Booten Creative community. If there's like a technique you want to see or something else you'd like me to do, just let me know because I'm always open to suggestions. It makes my planning so much easier. Other than that, happy Canada Day, my friends. If you did not hear, can I share this part too? If you didn't hear, this is for the Canadians. Right now on my website, the Mickey Mouse, the Disney album, which is an album and layouts. It's a beautiful project, is on for 110 Canadian dollars from 185. It's 40% off. And the Charmed Vintage is on for 99 Canadian dollars. So if you lived in the US, it'd be like $5 with our exchange rate. But I can only ship to Canada. And if you use the code KIT add-on, capital K, lowercase I-T, new word, capital A, lowercase d, new word, capital O, lowercase n. KIT add-on, you get shipping for free as well if you are already getting your cut and paste. So please go and take some of those off my hand. I need to make some room for new stuff. And for Australia, New Zealand, England, you can do that deal as well. But not the free shipping. You can't do the free shipping, but you can get those kits on that sale price. But I can't do free shipping because, it's super pricey. So other than that, I wanted to remind you, I am going to say you can't find the tape refill in store. Email me at info@vickybooten.com and I will send you an invoice. Just let me know how many you want. Okay? I'll restock them. Actually, Give me 10 minutes. When I get off here, I'll just go and add some on the store, Diane. Okay? Even easier. So give me 10 minutes and I'll add them. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful weekend, friends. And we'll talk soon. I will post all the updates I talked about on the blog section of vickybooten.com at some point over the weekend. So you'll know all the stuff I've been talking about and what's coming down down the line. So I'll try to get it up for the next 6 months or so. So you'll have it all there, okay? So thanks, Nat, for being my sidekick as always. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.